College Football 26 multiplayer is broken. And in today's video, I really want to go over all the different game modes and how across the board, just multiplayer online and I guess local is just not in a good state. And I think it desperately needs to be fixed. If not in 26, 100% by College Football 27. We're at the point now where I don't expect any major updates at this point. They should be full steam ahead on College Football 27, but you know, some of these things are kind of unacceptable. So I'm just to start off right away. I just launched my Twitch turned on my Xbox and I got this connection error. Now there's a cool thing with these new consoles, or I'm not going to say new consoles, the Xbox Series and the PS5, they've been out for a while now. But one of the cool features is that they have like this quick launch feature, which allows you to just jump right into a game or resume right where you left off. But the problem is that EA doesn't really care about this, because even if you launch back into the game really quick, if you're in any aspect of the game that is requiring you to be online, you'll get this connection error and it boots you back to the home screen. So if you're in the middle of recruiting for your online dynasty, doesn't matter, it's going to boot you back. Now, I guess I don't know, this is a little annoying. I just wanted to show you guys this because this is like literally when I just started, just turned on my Xbox. But we're just gonna go over from game mode to game mode of just different grievances I have, and we're just gonna kick it off with online dynasty. So I think online dynasty, there's quite a bit of bugs and glitches. Now some of them have been fixed throughout the year, but there's also just some things that just makes no sense, and honestly I don't understand why they haven't been addressed. So we're just gonna go ahead and just go through the process of starting a new dynasty. And this is where the first problem has. So I have no problem doing a single player dynasty. Honestly, single player dynasties are fine. I'm glad I can create multiple user coaches. That's really cool, especially for dynasties that you're gonna go in like a few decades in. Like sometimes I'll build up a school for about 5 years. Once they're a powerhouse, of course you could just keep dominating. But what I like to do is I like to then switch to the rival and then try to compete against the team I just built, but in the same file. I think that's really cool, and it can kind of keep a dynasty file going for a while, and you can also see how teams are doing and how coaches are getting fired and all that great stuff. So that's something that I love doing in single player. But the problem is that we are forced to use a cloud multi-user dynasty or online dynasty to do team builder. This makes zero sense to me once you actually look into it, because on the surface, you would think, okay, well, Team Builder, you have to download it from the EA servers and all that. But the thing is that once you download the team and upload it to your Dynasty file, it's just a static file that's not being changed no matter what. So for example, I thought that if, because this is an online dynasty and all that, let's say I wanted to change up the uniforms on my team builder team, or change the stadium, and that it would update on this dynasty, or at least give you the opportunity to update. No, that doesn't happen at all. And even if you download a team builder team, upload it to your dynasty, and then delete it and upload a new one, with updated uniforms or whatever, it's still going to have that legacy team file. So it makes no sense why it's required to be online. Like, I don't understand why you have to have this for an online dynasty when none of this stuff is at all like syncing to the server, because you're just downloading the file. So again, that is a huge issue for me, because I love doing team builder dynasties. And even like down the line, like for, I don't know, I'm just trying to think, like, if Madden or college football goes to PC, like, and you can mod the game, I feel like you typically have to do it through offline dynasties. But the fact that you can't even do it on an offline dynasty and you can't do multiple user coaches, that's a problem. And again, we'll continue into that for the online dynasty, is that there's no such thing as multiple user coaches for an online dynasty. And I'll go ahead and jump into one. So, also funny, here's an ad. So we'll go into this online dynasty that I'm in, and there's a lot of people that's in this online dynasty file. Don't look at my record, because I'm absolutely getting cooked in this file. But all these guys, we're our own team. But and again, this is like a really big league, but we can only control one team. Like, there's nowhere where it allows like multiple users to control multiple teams. Like, I get if there's a limit, like the total amount of user controlled teams could be like 32, that's fine. But like, the fact is, if like me and my buddy are just in our own online dynasty, or if I'm in a team builder dynasty, I feel like there should be an opportunity where you should be able to set the limits of how many teams that a user could control. So let's say we wanted to do like a small team like Old Dominion and then also control a big team. I feel like that should be something that we should be able to do. I don't understand why that's, and again, there's something you could just turn off. Like the commissioner could just say, hey, no, only one user team per whatever. But yeah, that's definitely a huge issue for me. And I really, it completely makes it almost unplayable at times, especially when we have the next problem, and that is desyncs. Guys, desyncs on online dynasty is actually like really annoying, and it's actually frustrating, and it pisses me off at times because they always come in bursts. So, you know, I would play about 10 games not having any issues, but then I'll play against, you know, this one guy, and you know, the thing is like, we got busy lives, we got work to do and stuff, so we may only have like an hour to be able to play this game. And what happens is we'll both launch into the game, which I'll tell you this too, is like you have to time up your searching perfectly or it just doesn't work. That's another thing that's annoying. Like if you are like a few seconds off, it just won't connect you guys to the lobby, which again, I think is so dumb that we're in 2025 and we're still having these issues. But back to the desyncs. It always happens in like the third quarter. It always happens when we're like well into the game, you know, a lot of stuff has happened, maybe some crazy plays, and then all of a sudden desync, and then it kicks you out of the game. Like that is extremely frustrating. And again, it can also tie back to when I'm doing my team builder dynasties and I'm the only person playing in these games. Like there's no other human being that is going to be playing on this. But if something happens with the EA servers and it lags just a little bit, it boots you from the game just straight up. And you know, I think there are a few there's a few things that I think would be as a solution. So I'm trying to give us some solutions here for EA, because I know some of you guys might be watching these, probably not, but so if you are, some solutions here. So first of all, I think there should be like save states after each quarter. So what do you mean by save states? So let's say after each quarter, it saves, you know, the stats, the score and stuff. So let's say you play the first quarter, you go into the second quarter, and then it kicks you out. So it saved that state of the game. So whenever you go back into the game, whenever you and your buddy go back to relaunch the game, it should have an option to where, hey, load the last save state, and then you guys can both boot in at that time. And I think, first of all, if you could add mid-game save states, that would actually be really cool. Just being able to like save like a comeback and just being able to play it over and over, you know what I'm saying? Like that I feel like that could be a really big opportunity for like college football to make like a moments mode. Maybe that is in work in progress, but if they are working on that, this is something that should be put into like dynasty mode, especially online dynasty, again, where it's saved after each quarter. It doesn't have to be like each individual play, because like let's say if you get a desync on the last play of the game, you lose the entire game. That's the most annoying thing. Like, let's say you're taking a knee and before the clock hits 0, desync, that's it. You have to restart the whole game. And so there's been times where I would get back-to-back desyncs in the fourth quarter. So we basically played the game twice, and then we desync. We're like, all right, we'll just have to sim it because like we ran out of time. And then, so I think that's actually like completely like it's breaking the game. Like people will just not play it because if this happens, like it's gonna make it not fun for people to want to continue to do this. And I do think there's a lot of opportunity here. And I know there's gonna be a lot of people saying, well, multiplayer sucks, like why would you care about that? Well, I'm talking about online dynasty. Like I think this is a really fun thing to do, especially when you're doing like small schools. Like again, this is technically Conference USA, but like it is actually super tough. Like I'm gonna show you my team schedule here. Even though we have all these small schools, look at my combined opponent record. 80-54 is insane, and that's mainly because one of my guys isn't doing too well. But like, you know, I pulled off a crazy upset against Penn State in my first game, and then all these other games are against, you know, top teams in this league. It's really fun to do that. I love having these online dynasties. But again, and I also have noticed, seems like the big content creators for college football have been teasing like a team builder thing, like a team builder series that they're all doing, and I'm sure they're going to run into those issues too. And that's a cool thing. I do like that you can pick different team builder teams. But I guess going back to the team builder is, potentially letting us put in team builder teams after each season. Again, I'm just kind of going back and forth, but we're talking mainly about the multiplayer aspect of it. But desyncs is actually such a huge problem when it comes to online multiplayer. Now, one thing I will give credit to the dev team, and that is that what's when it comes to the upgrades. So whenever you got to the training results, there would be, so I'll just go into here. We would be on this page, and if me and my buddy were both upgrading players at the same time, it would like glitch out and almost show, it would show the color, it would like glitch out and show the colors for the team that my buddy was using. So it would, obviously there would be something happening when two players would be upgrading their players at the same time. And of course, if you guys are just running through a season like in one session, it can be really annoying. Now, they did fix this, so that's awesome. Like, huge shout out to EA. I know this isn't something that they can just actively market and say, hey, fix this bug, but those who actually have had this issue know that it's awesome that they fixed it. So the fact that they had, also crazy that this guy played 2 games and got a season-ending injury. Completely derailed my season, by the way. So that's all I have for Online Dynasty right now. So now we're going to move on to the game mode that everyone hates, but you know what? I've actually been playing a little bit, and that is Ultimate Team. So I know there's going to be a lot of people saying, hey, well, Ultimate Team sucks. If there's glitches in it, that's good, right? Well, first of all, I'm someone that definitely likes the grind of just being able to, if I need to just kill time and I'm in between meetings and I want to just get something out of the way, like I can just grind these things away. And I don't think the store in the packs are as egregious as it's been in previous Maddens and obviously like 2K. Of course, like having a slot machine mechanic where people can pay to have, pay to win. That's literally what it is. It's pay to win. It is definitely like scummy, especially at a fully priced video game. Like this game was $70 if you paid paid $90 or $100 to get it early or something like that. So the fact that you have to pay for this stuff is crazy. But the thing is I actually like doing the challenges and the events and the solo battles more than I like to do playing against other people, except for one thing, which we'll get into a second. But my big issue with Ultimate Team, and this is mainly revolving around these objectives, and this is how you can like upgrade, or get XP, which helps give you a bunch of rewards, is the fact that a lot of these rewards, for example, where it says, gain 250 yards in head-to-head or solo seasons, there is times where these just won't track properly. And also, it says this, gain 250 yards in head-to-head or solo seasons, but why is it giving you the option to pick events? This makes no sense. And I'm sure that's fine because some of these events are set up differently, but it gets even worse. So where it says gain 250 yards in head-to-head or solo seasons, I almost want to play a game to show you, but I don't want to have this drag out forever. If you do study hall, the stats will not track. It will not track the yards in there. But if you do All-American season, it will. This makes no sense to me because first of all, study hall I actually think is a really cool like way of just grinding. Because again, you win 10 games and you get 50,000 coins. It's good for coin farming, obviously. And also, why do freshman and varsity seasons even exist? It makes zero sense to me why there even is these in the game. Like I'm sure it's for like maybe people who aren't good at the game, but also I don't think you should really be playing Ultimate Team if you're not really that good. Probably play some Dynasty or just other game modes. Like I've never once touched it because even All-American seasons, like the teams you're playing against are not good. Like they're easy wins, and I wish they were more difficult. And same thing with study hall, it's supposed to get progressively more difficult, and I wish it did get like more difficult with time and maybe have more expensive or more enticing rewards. But I guess 50k coins isn't bad at all. But again, the stuff doesn't track in here, and that's just annoying. Like imagine if someone actually does that and they don't get any of the credit for it, like especially like further down where it's like you don't get any of these. Like this one says tracks in any game mode, and then you have this one that says solos, like where it says tracks in head-to-head and solos. This won't work for study hall. It won't. It again doesn't make sense on that. So you're basically forced to play a game mode that you don't want to play because the other one is not tracking properly, and that's just really annoying. Another issue that I had with Ultimate Team was just having the game just like basically soft lock itself, where you would be in a game and it just you just won't be able to pick a play, and you just can't do anything about it. And the only way you can get out of it is if the team quits, but it ends up becoming a waiting game of who's gonna quit first, because whoever quits is gonna get the loss. So that is definitely just annoying in general, but haven't seen it as much. But that's something that I've noticed overall. But if you're just seeing all these are just like bugs that have just been in the game. Also, what happened to solo battles? Remember solo battles? Those are in College Football 25, and they just didn't work at all. Did anyone ever have a solo battle that worked? And obviously they got rid of it and they just turned it into, study hall. But I do kind of miss solo battles and being able to play against other people's squads as a CPU and then picking like Heisman difficulty, because that actually was difficult. Because if you played on Heisman against these other teams, again, even if you're not playing against the actual player, it's definitely a good way to practice. So I don't know what happened to that. And lastly, this is gonna go into my last thing. Now we'll start with Ultimate Team, but we'll transition back to the main menu, and that is squads. Why is squads only in Ultimate Team game mode? This is the only reason why I play Ultimate Team, to be honest, because I want to play with my buddies on the same team. We want to do 3v3s. I have to make a good Ultimate Team, because if we just have 70 overalls, we're gonna get absolutely crushed. Why can't we just do a regular, pick your regular teams and just be able to do 3v3s? Clearly this mechanic is available. I feel like it would just be the easiest way to transition to. Now I know it's gonna be something that EA is gonna market when they like bring it to like regular, multiplayer or something, but it's extremely disappointing that this isn't already a feature, that you can't do squads with regular teams. So again, we'll go into it, like the normal and also I do like how they change up the ratings and the rankings and stuff. We're supposed to get a new ratings update tomorrow, which is fine. But when you're looking at the game modes, okay, if you want to play with a friend, you have play a friend, okay? And it's cool that you can change all these settings. I do think that's cool if you do even teams. It's just for fun. It's just like a party mode or whatever. But that's really it. Like you have, if you have online, you have Road to the College Football Playoff, but that's all it is just 1v1s. So you're just playing against one other person. And I do like how, it has these divisions and all that. Like, I do think that is cool that you have that, but I would have a lot more fun if this was something that you could do in 3v3s, because first of all, if I'm just doing 3v3s and I'm getting destroyed, at least I'm hanging out with my buddies, but if I'm doing this and I'm getting cooked, I just want to quit. I just want to stop playing. So the fact that there isn't 3v3s for Road to the College Football Playoff, and then I know some people are gonna be a little upset about this, but like, I know there's like the mini games and open practice, but why isn't there like a more party game mode? Like, I know in 2K they have like the black top where it's like you just pick up, it reminds me of like Superstar KO. Like, I wish there was a Superstar KO version in this game, like just allowing you to play with your friends. Again, if you just gave us the opportunity to just play with my buddies and Road to the College Football Playoff, just picking two teams straight up, that's fine. Again, if there was mascot mashup, allow us to do it 3v3s. This should be like, this is gonna allow people to just be able to play the game more, because the thing is like this is a football game, but like a lot of people like playing with their friends. Like, that's where I have the most fun with video games that have an online mechanic, is that I usually play the games that my friends play. And if my friends don't ever play College Football 26, I'm not gonna want to play as much, because well, yes, I do love playing dynasties and all that stuff. Sometimes I just like to play with my friends, and I don't have a lot of time to play with my friends. We all got our own jobs and stuff, so like when we have the time to play, if we can't do the thing we want to do in college football, we're gonna play a different game. Again, mascot mashup. Why isn't there like a draft champions mode? Now, maybe don't call it draft champions, because I know it's like NFL or whatever, but like, have it to where it's almost a light version of Ultimate Team, where there's no paying. You just do you have 20 rounds, you draft people, you pick between 3 cards, and obviously these are cards that you can get in Ultimate Team, and let it be a little promo for that. That's fine. I'm trying to give EA just something to where they can put it into the game. And the thing is that Draft Champions was in Madden and they removed it. It's just such a shame. I hope they never bring in something like the Yard or actually make the career mode. I'm actually gonna be really upset for this, guys. One thing that college football should never do, and I will be very upset if they did that this way, is if they turned Road to Glory into like the my career or my player thing that is in 2K, because like I personally haven't played 2K in years, and I haven't really had the reason to, because, or haven't felt like I wanted to, because I don't want to buy a player, spend what, $100 just to get a build that's just starts to become competitive. That's just really annoying for me. Like, I don't want to have to do that. And I know that's already something that's in the NFL, where they have microtransactions, like with your online player. They should keep that in Madden, or just get rid of it in general. But I'm fine if it's just in Madden. That's something that Road to Glory, like, maybe have like a campus thing, but I don't think this should be something where you're making this an online and it's pay to win. Like, we already have Ultimate Team. You already have Ultimate Team. Ultimate Team is subsidizing the rest of the game. It's the reason why uniforms are free. And I know some people are like, well, what do you mean uniforms are free? Well, in previous college football games, aka NCAA 14, you had to pay for the uniform packs. So the fact that they were just giving it to you for free through updates is awesome. Like, I definitely think that's a really cool feature. So that's gonna be it for now. That's all I really have. I'm sure you guys have your own grievances. These are just some things that I'm personally dealing with after playing the game for quite a while. I think that where's my profile? We can see how many hours have I put into this game. 640 hours. I feel like I haven't played as much as I have in College Bowl 25. But again, I haven't really seen the trophy room. So that's actually funny. I didn't even think about this. But yeah, I don't know. I just think it's fine, I guess. I think multiplayer needs a lot of attention. Needs a lot of attention for College Football 26, if not College Football 27, in making the game more fun for people to play with and against each other, and across all the different game modes. So let me know your thoughts, and that's gonna be it. Hope you guys enjoy. Other than that, this has been Jagnal, and I'll talk to you guys next time.